Good morning everyone, and welcome to a new video, and a little important video if you are planning on travelling abroad, whether it's here to the Canary Islands, Tenerife, mainland Spain, anywhere in the EU. There is an important little bit of information to run through that you should check before you travel. If you're new to the channel, I am Andrew. I do live here in Tenerife. I do have regular little video updates, so do check out the channel. But let's jump right into it and make sure you do check this before you travel anywhere. So the Foreign Office have given a little bit of an update for Brits and people in the UK. Brits are advised to check the validity of their passport before travelling to European holiday destinations. The Foreign Office of the United Kingdom has updated its travel advice for European Union countries and has recommended that Brits make all the necessary checks, especially the validity of their passport before reaching any European holiday destinations. In order not to avoid disappointment, the UK's Foreign Office has advised everyone to check two key dates. That is the issue date, the date that your passport was issued, and also the expiry date, the date that it runs out. Check those on your passport. Additionally, in its updated advice, the Foreign Office has said that passports of UK nationals planning to travel to the EU must be issued less than 10 years before the date of entry into the EU country, and at the same time emphasised that the passport must be valid for at least 3 months after the day they plan to leave. So very important, make sure your passport was issued less than 10 years ago, and also make sure you've got 3 months left on your passport as well. Apart from the mentioned above, the Foreign Office explained that if a passport was issued before October the 1st in 2018, additional months may have been added to its expiry date. Nonetheless, everyone is still recommended to contact the embassy of the country they plan on visiting if they are not sure that the passport meets the requirements. So contact the embassy of the country you are visiting if you think your passport does not meet both the requirements. Renew your passport if you need to as well. That's the important update that they've given. So very important to check those if you're planning on going away anywhere within the EU. Since Brexit, this rule does now apply, and it is quite important to check it out. You don't want to be getting turned away once you get to your holiday destination. The Foreign Office has also reminded Brits once again to check whether their passport has been stamped when they enter or exit the Schengen zone. Citizens of the UK are advised to do so, as border guards use passport stamps to check they are complying with the 90-day rule. So if you land here in Tenerife and they don't stamp your passport, go back and make sure they do. You don't want any trouble in future trips or anything. They could presume you've overstayed or think that you've overstayed, so do make sure you get stamped, and make sure they stamp you on the way out. If they stamp you on the way in and not on the way out, they might think you've been here for months and months, so do check you get stamped on the way out as well. If relevant, entry and exit stamps are not in your passport, border guards will presume that you've overstayed your visa-free limit, so you could be in for a fine, or you don't have to go through everything. You'll have to show flights and prove that you didn't overstay. It's a bit of a rigmarole, something you don't want to have to do. It's a bit of a nightmare. Those whose passport has not been stamped can show evidence of when and where they entered or exited the Schengen area, and ask border guards to add this information to their passport. In such cases, authorities may accept boarding passes and tickets as evidence. So rather than avoid all that, just make sure they do stamp it. I know you get stamped on the way in and the way out over here. I've not seen any issues, but very important to check that before you go anywhere. Make sure your passport is valid. I've seen many stories over the last few months of people getting turned away or having big issues, so do please check that out. Have an amazing trip wherever you're off to. If you are off to the Canary Islands here, as you can see, it is absolutely stunning at the moment. 27 degrees, blue skies here in Tenerife, particularly lovely today, very clear. But that is it from me. Have a good day. Go and check those passports. Make sure I'm sure a few of you are probably panicking now. Don't panic, just check them. And if you do need to renew it, there is an express service, or you can just renew it in the normal period as well. So do check it. You'd rather be safe than sorry. If you did enjoy the information, make sure you do subscribe, hit the thumbs up. If you've got any other recommendations as well, do drop them down in the comments. Thank you very much, and stride on.